Hey there, my name is Mei Lee, and welcome to All About You. Today I'm welcoming a wonderful guest with me today, Miss Amy Wright. She's a broker, and she's here to discuss some fantastic information with us, so welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
I love that you're here with us. So I know that you love working with sellers, as we've had a little discussion.
Yes.
How are you setting them up for success prior to going on the market?
Thanks so much for asking. In order to maximize profit, we focus on 5 key categories to set up a seller for success prior to launching on the market. There are 3 factors that sell a home. The first is price, second is condition, and the third is access. So in order to get the highest price possible, we want to make sure that we present it in the best condition so that buyers can see themselves living in the home eventually. So in order to do so, we want to make any miscellaneous repairs. So I provide an inspector to come to your home and do a PreInspection to allow the seller an opportunity to pick and choose any minor or major repairs that they may want to address in advance of sellers having their inspector come through and making a request for repairs.
That's fantastic.
The second thing that we do is have a stager come through and provide a complimentary to the seller consultation where they walk through and spend about an hour with you going through every room of the house and providing you with notes to make suggested improvements, such as adding some colorful throw pillows or adding plants and that sort of thing to enhance the condition of the property. Once we have completed those 2 tasks, we want to set up the seller security. And so we offer a showing monitoring system. So using your Wi-Fi, we provide Arlo security cameras so that you have a heightened sense of security when people are accessing your home, along with our secure lock boxes. So you know when someone is entered and when someone is left, and it also provides a higher level of protection of your personal possessions. Once we have really set up the home in the right condition, then we want to make sure that we have a professional photography and a videographer to walk through the house and showcase all of the wonderful features of the property. Once we have all of that, we're ready to launch to market. And so the 5th component of our success strategy is to launch with an open house. Having an open house forces more people into the property during a window of time, and that increases the interest in your property because other buyers, seeing buyers walk through, they sense the competition, and it increases their sense of urgency to submit an offer so that they don't miss out.
Right.
And isn't that great? And once we have accomplished having multiple offers on the property, we're able to utilize an auction effect to bid the price up and up.
You've really perfected this because everything that you've gone through, I'm a homeowner that sells quite a few homes, and all of those are super important. And I've learned that over, obviously, trial and error. And when you say staging, people don't realize the importance of having your home staged or somebody to come in and clean up. It's just tucking some of your knickknacks away, making it look like clean lines. It's amazing how much that ups the value of your home by just some of the simplest techniques.
Absolutely. It really comes down to pre-packing. The way that we live in a home is just not the same way that we sell a home. We want to make sure that as many of the surface tops are clear of personal possessions, knickknacks, and personal pictures and such. And so we also will often provide a packer to come and help you pack up things, store them in the garage, or even get a portable on-demand storage to come and allow you to fill it up and take it off site until you're ready to move to your next location, where then they'll deliver all of your things. And so that just allows you to get into the mindset that you're moving on, allows buyers to start picturing their furnishings and their things in your property, which then gets them to emotionally connect, because we know that logic makes us think, but emotion makes us act, and buying a home is a very emotional decision.
Very scary. And now you talked about security, and that's an interesting point and something I want to touch on. So when you set up the security cameras in there, do you have sound? So are you able to hear some of the feedback when the people are walking through and visiting and viewing your home?
You can. The cameras are triggered by motion and into snippets. So you may not be able to completely track someone through your home. And the reality is it isn't really in your best interest to hear the feedback. Okay. We follow up for feedback, but sometimes conversations can go off track and trail from the property that they had just come to, where they're comparing your property to others that they may have seen. Okay. And so while it is available to have sound, it isn't necessarily something that we recommend. And we're able to provide this system even in a vacant home that may not have Wi-Fi, which is great for investors that have a vacant property and no one's occupying it during the time that it's on the market. We can still provide you with the security showing system. Okay,
so that's a good note, because I was thinking, maybe to be a little nosy, you can hear, maybe take the feedback and improve something. But like you said, it may not be valuable information, especially if you're not getting all the snippets and you're hearing bits and pieces of a conversation. So, okay, that's good to note. And then I just wanted to touch on one more point that you made about, it was an important point. I think I wanted to touch on we talked about the monitor system, and we talked about the staging.
The pre-inspection?
Oh, the pre-inspection. And all that, to me, is very valuable information, because sometimes now you say you've got an offer, and now you have somebody coming in, and once they've got all the nitty-gritty done, and they find that there's things to be fixed and now you don't budget for that. So the pre-inspection now allows you to budget for that. So based on the price you're going to get for the home, will give you that heads up.
Exactly.
Right?
And so whether you have the awareness that the single pane windows are outdated and really should be replaced and choose not to make that improvement, perhaps you negotiate a credit in lieu of making a repair. So the pre-inspection does not provide you with the full 50-page report that a buyer is going to be provided with, and yet it is going to give you a checklist of any red flags for you to be able to either take into account with your pricing strategy, or to go ahead and make those minor repairs so that you're just ahead of the game when it comes to being under contract with a buyer, because the number one cause of buyers canceling a contract is due to items discovered through the inspection process that a seller is not willing to negotiate with making repairs or providing them with a credit in lieu of repairs.
Wow. You've really refined and perfected this. It's such a fantastic resource to have, as a broker. So how can our viewers contact you?
So they can reach me on my cell, text, or call 858-220-3768.
And so when they contact you, you just basically provide all of these steps for them, so it's very hassle-free for them on their end.
Absolutely. It's all about your timing, when the time is right for you. So there's a lot of work to be done in advance of whenever you want to be moved. So we need to work on that timeline from the point when you want to be in your new home and backtrack that to when we begin this process. So oftentimes I meet with sellers months and months in advance of the property actually going on the market, so that you have plenty of time to start making these preparations.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming today and sharing all of this knowledgeable information with us.
Thanks so much for having me.
You make it so easy. So viewers, please contact Amy again. Her best way to be reached is her cell at 858-220-3768. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, thank you so much, Amy, for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.